Unthaw them and heat them up. So he does not eat live mice. He eats dead mice.
And then feed him like maybe once a week or
Well,
something?
actually,
like that,
he'll
or?
go 6-7 months without eating. And then all of a sudden he'll eat like crazy. And then he'll go another 6-7 months without eating. So right now he's going through a phase of not eating. But once he starts getting really like active and really interested, we'll start throwing mice in again. And then he might eat 2 a day for 3 weeks. And then that's why they're so bulky, because they can store enough fat to keep them going. Beautiful snake. Hold him. He just doesn't like his head being held up. Like you see the people on TV holding them by the head, and he's not big on that. Yeah, he'll just look around.
Oh, wow.
He'll just look around. Yeah.
And now you would think that it would, the scales that would be rough, but it's actually very, very
Soft.
smooth.
Yeah, he's very soft.
It just, yes, very, very soft.
Yep. He's a reptile, so he has to have the heat lamps on.
Yeah, because
Yeah, he's-
reptiles, what they do is that they call it cold-blooded, which is their temperature is what their environment is.
Right.
They don't have the actual ability to, like us, where we have a certain temperature, they don't have the ability to obtain
Nope.
a certain temperature, and that's how you tell it's cold-blooded. So therefore, you have to have the lamps.
Right, to keep him warm.
Oh, look how he's just.
Isn't he cool though? He's all muscle. All muscle.
Oh, I just can't believe
Yep.
how soft.
Yeah. And then he ends up, what's really cool about him is when you know when he's going to eat, because what he does is he unlocks his jaw. You'll see him yawn, and what he's doing is he's unlocking his jaw, so he'll be able to open his mouth wider to get the mouse in, and he'll usually eat him head first.
Okay.
Once in a while he'll eat it one tail first, which is unusual, but I've seen him do it before. But it looks like he might be getting ready to shed. See how his eyes have that kind of blue color about him? See how they look a little blue? That's a sign that he's going to shed. And once he sheds, then he'll probably start eating again. What I'll do is I'll put him in his water, let him soak, so he'll. Really amazing, though.
So how do you take care of him besides feeding?
He's really easy to take care of. He doesn't really do much. You take him out for the schools. Yeah, we've got the lights. Yeah, he's got a daylight and a night light, so it's on a 12-hour cycle.
And
a
then
bucket of water. And
what's the difference between the daylight and the nightlight?
the daylight is the UVB from like sunlight, simulated sunlight. We have to keep, and this particular one does heat also. And then the night one, it's a red light, so you can still see him. He can't see you. It's dark to him, but it's emitting heat. So he's got to be kept 80 degrees all the time. And we spray him with water bottles and everything.
And then down there you have the little bucket of water.
In fact, I'll put him in there right now. The water's really good because it keeps him nice and his skin soft. So when he does shed, it will be easier for him.
Now it's just plain water. There's nothing in the water.
No, it's just water. And he wants to stay in it or he doesn't. We'll see. Now we're starting on Woodland Walk, and it's going to go kind of in the back of the property, and it has a lot of mountain laurel on it, and actually, we might even see a few lady slippers on it, so we'll look. And this one, yeah. And this one has lady slippers on it. They might have passed, but we'll see. That's a multiflora rose bush, and they're actually invasive. See all these trees here too? This is all autumn olive. It's an invasive species. So if you look around the field, you see it everywhere.
Now, invasive doesn't sound like a good word.
It's not good if they take over. They're taking away the field, basically. They're growing out and out and out and out. If you go down the like 395 or the Mass Pike, you'll see autumn olive everywhere, because they give out a really nice berry that the birds like to eat, and then and actually people can eat them too. And then the birds spread,
And they got thorns on them.
Yeah, this is really. If you go on some of our trails, this is totally taken over, totally invasive. It's not native to this area. I mean, open space is really important because there are some species that, like especially of birds, like grouse and stuff, they nest in the open fields. They have to have an open field to nest. They don't nest in the woods. So if you don't have that open space, they've lost habitat. Even the bluebird likes an open space, You're not going to find a bluebird nesting in the middle of the woods. They have to have an open field with woods behind it, so they can have
Uh-huh.
both worlds. So it's important. Open space is just as important as the woods and everything. The only thing which is kind of nice here, like we try not to mow it till later on, so the birds are done nesting.
Yes,
And then
that's
they,
important.
and then they mow it. Yep. So, because right now there could be things nesting in here. I've even had turkeys that have nested in the field. You come upon them, and they scare you half to death because they all, they jump out at you. But it's important. So they have a lot of programs like the APR program, the Agricultural Preservation and Restriction. They actually buy the building rights to farmers, so they'll maintain the open space as farmland.
Yeah.
So it's pretty important. They're bullfrogs, the big
Wow.
huge frogs.
Okay.
People think that they do it in one season, but sometimes it takes them 2 seasons. Brine shrimp.
Yeah.
The little shrimp. That's a sign of a vernal pool, because vernal pools have shrimp in them. You won't find fish in a vernal pool because you can't, because they dry up. The
Yeah.
fish wouldn't survive.
So what happens to shrimp when this all dries up? Do they?
They must go underneath. They've laid their eggs already, and then the next time water comes in, they'll hatch and start.
So if a heavy rain was to happen, does this fill up again?
Yeah,
Or
yep,
oh,
yep,
okay.
Yep. If it rains
Because you
for
can see
days-
where water would run off down this way.
If it rains for days, then it will fill up again. But this is certified. This one's actually certified by the state. But you can tell. Look at it. I mean, it's just amazing.
What's the importance of certifying a vernal pool?
It protects it.
Yeah, you can't build
You
on
can't
it, right?
build near it or anything. Yeah, it's
Over 100 yards,
yeah,
right?
it's
Something
like a
like that.
certified. Nobody can come in and destroy it because it's certified.
And what is the importance ecologically why they would do that of a vernal pool?
Well, there's things that, like I said, the dragonflies. Dragonflies depend on little pools like this. Dragonflies, the shrimp, they wouldn't live without a vernal pool. They have to have a vernal pool. Trying to think what else. And you've got your the salamanders come in.
Yeah.
You got your salamanders, frogs. And now they've already done their thing and they've already left, So, I mean, this was full of water last week. I can't believe how much it dried up.
Yes.
Ray, who used to work here, he saw the bobcat, right? And he thought it had disappeared. The way you can tell a box turtle is they have a little line right here on their plastron. It's like a hinge. So she can actually close herself into her shell completely.
Oh.
Isn't that
God,
cool?
that's so cool.
Yeah, and then she'll do the same way on this end too. I don't want to bug her though too much, but she could so if she felt threatened, she could actually close her entire body into this shell entirely. And then you notice that she doesn't have the web feet. She can't swim. If you put her in a pond, she'd sink and drown. So she has the fatter feet for holding up her body. And then the camouflage, she'd be more typical in the woods probably with leaves, and you can see how she's brown, like a tan instead of like a brown like a water turtle. And then I tell the kids this, they think this is funny. This is called a turtleneck. That little thing right there, that's where the word turtleneck came from.
Yeah, you really
Looks like-
see it.
Yeah, it looks like she has a
box
sweater.
turtle.
Yeah, so she's very, very cool.
Here we go.
Yeah, you don't even need that. She might pee, but it's like water. It's really no big deal.
There we go.
She's old. She's an old lady.
And what do you feed the box turtle?
They get fruits and vegetables, crickets, sometimes a little bit of canned dog food, worms, just about everything. They're omnivorous, so.
Oh, look at this. You can't see it now. She just stuck it in. But if you can see, it's sort of like really, like the feet, we're all wrinkly.
Yeah, totally different.
Well, she is
Like right
60
here.
now.
Yeah. That's true.
That is true.
Don't listen. We're not gonna
No, I work at a senior center, so it's
So
all right.
I know.
how is this like
All
the
respect.
oldest that they can live? 60 years, or can
They can live to be
100?
100. Yeah, that particular type of turtle. I think the water turtles, that's like 30, 40 years, but some of the box turtles can get pretty old. I mean, you can tell her age, and you don't count these either. People think that has nothing to do with her age. The man that looked at her, you can see the lines, almost like a tree ring.
Oh
You
yeah,
can
right
see the
here.
little lines
Yeah.
going up her body. He said just the way they're so worn, and he said she's got to be very old.
Interesting. Here, we can see like the lines right here.
And they go down, they're smaller and smaller, like a tree ring.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yep.
Right here.
Footed tortoise, and you can see the
Okay.
same thing. She's not a box turtle, but it's a girl. She doesn't have the red eyes, and she's got kind of the I think it's concave. The shell kind of goes in, which means it's a female, but we know she's a girl.
So,
And she's got the big, huge feet. That's to hold
Yep.
up all of her weight.
and then
Yep.
you can see like the orangey type of markings
Yeah.
here. That's
She's
like,
very pretty. Yes. She always
Okay,
makes
make a
weird
noise.
noises. Yeah, she makes weird noises.
and then you can see the orange right here.
Yep.
And then you can see actually underneath her neck, you can see the
Yep.
orange. And then the shell itself, so you can see that the markings on the shell itself is a way that you can identify
see,
because
see
you
the
can
lines too? You see the lines like the line on a
Yeah.
tree? So you can count them, you know. But the reason she has such big feet is she probably weighs a good, 8 pounds. So she's got to be able to hold up all that weight. So if you were to put her in a pond, she would sink to the bottom and drown. She's native more, I think, to South America
Okay.
and down south. You're not going to find her around here, But you can tell, she's a tortoise, so she's not meant to be in the water. But they like
Right.
water, they like to drink water, but you're not going to find them in a pond. But she's so pretty. Yeah, you keep talking. She'd have a nice smooth shell.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the big pyramids, the big lumpy things sticking up.
Yeah, it is very, very, like you said, it's
Yeah,
like
she's had enough light.
smooth.
Yeah, and we put her
Yeah.
out. Like today, I'll put her outside. There's like a little tank out
That
there.
feels so cool.
So I'll put her out for a couple hours so she'll get real sun.
Hey, sweet pea.
Yeah, we can hold her.
Underneath her.
She's heavy. She's really cool too.
And then you just put the food out there.
Yeah, yeah. And then she has her tray in here too. She can food, all different kinds. But and she's enjoying the sun right now. But I will put her outside because the best sunlight is real outdoor sunlight. If it comes in through glass, it loses some of its potency. So.
All right, let's see if we can. He's so vocal. Sweet pea is so vocal.
Yeah, guinea pigs are from South America.
Give us some recommendations about guinea pigs as pets. What would be the best
They're
way?
excellent pets. They talk. They get excited when they hear food. They actually squeal and scream and get all excited when they hear the refrigerator door open. Yeah, they do. They're smart.
That's
They
cool.
have to be cleaned every day because they are dirty. And you have to always feed them guinea pig food, which has vitamin C in it. You can't give a guinea pig rabbit food, which looks exactly the same. Guinea pigs have to have a vitamin C source, otherwise they'll get scurvy. And their teeth will fall out and they'll die. So you have to make sure don't give a guinea pig food rabbit food. They have to have guinea pig food, which you can buy at any store. Yep. And then they like their typical they like their greens and their little treats and stuff, pieces of carrot and things like that.
And then actually, their cage. I see you have two little like box
Yeah, they
houses
like their
for them.
houses. Yeah, they like houses.
And then they look like you have bedding for them.
Yep, that's just shavings, regular pine
Shavings,
shavings.
so that's
yeah.
like important for them to have
Yep,
shavings.
yep.
And then what about as far as keeping them occupied?
They love to run around. You can let them run around. They love to be held. They love the attention. So they don't play with toys or anything like that. But they
Not like ferrets.
No. They love to be held. They can be held for hours. Like he's really enjoying this, or she, I should say.
I have had such a wonderful time here at Capen Hill Nature Sanctuary. Being able to be here out in the woods, to hear the birds singing, to be able to see those giant tadpoles. Whoa, who knew they would get that big? And to be able to handle those really wonderful animals like the skink and the turtles and the ferret. It's been so great. The thing I want you to take away is that this is in your own backyard, but you can enjoy actually your own backyard, to be able to sit there in your backyard, to listen to those birds, to watch the animals that happen to come by in your yard. So I want to thank you so much for watching Animal Adventures. Until the next time, have your own animal adventures!